Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Councilman. Before you tonight, as the Mayor previously mentioned, is a request on behalf of James Hardy Building Products Incorporated to voluntary annex two parcels of property currently located within the boundaries of Jefferson County, Missouri. There are two parcels, parcel 19-4.0-17.0-000-001.01. And excuse me for just reading the parcel number there. They do not officially have a separate address for either parcel. The other parcel is 19-4.0-17.0-000-014.01. The first parcel I read on our screen there and in your packet also is located on the northeast side of the runway, so it'll be at the top of the page or the top of the screen there. The other parcel is located on the southeast side of the runway, on the southern bottom part of your screen or your page in your packet. The Planning and Zoning Commission held a meeting on Thursday, May 11th, to review this request also, and they forwarded their recommendation for the public hearing that we're having currently today. As you can see, the airport property in your packet and on the screen here, James Hardy Products currently owns all that property, and they will be later taking these two parcels and incorporating that all into one large parcel. But before they can do that, they have to get it annexed into the city. If anyone has any questions for me, and I don't see the representative from Hardy Products here at this time, but if anybody has any questions for me about it, I'll be more than happy to answer.
I think you actually clarified a lot, Robert. I didn't actually realize that they were waiting on us to annex it before they bought the property, right?
So they own both of those parcels already.
But they can't make it part of their own property until we annex it. Is that?
No, they can't just have it all as one large piece of property. Getting rid of those property lines because those are inside the city limits currently.
Okay.
But they want to make it all one large piece of property within the corporate limits of Crystal City.
And the petitioners are actually the Lucases, correct? I saw their signatures on...
Yeah, because those signatures in there are because they've sold the property to James Hardy.
So they're the petitioners, but they aren't the owners of the property anymore?
They sold it to Hardy.
Yeah, they sold it to Hardy.
And now
Yeah.
they want to annex it into the city since Hardy.
But they're still the petitioners. The Lucases are the petitioners and not Hardy. Is that correct?
Yeah, Hardy is the petitioner, yeah. Yeah, so if you see...
Okay, well, maybe I was looking at the wrong...
Some of that other documentation is there proof that they sold the property, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's under like your special warranty deed information. That's where the Lucases are listed.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were the previous owners of the property.
Gotcha.
And-
Okay, I was just a little confused. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just to verify, James Hardy owns both of those properties currently, and their representation is right there,
Yes.
if we have any further questions. But they currently own both of those properties, and just to make sure it all goes into city instead of dealing with county, city, everything like that, it just needs to be inside our city and
Correct.
go from there.
Yes.
Is this the last set of properties that we're going to have to annex? Are there any other pieces of the James Hardy puzzle that need to be annexed into the city?
Currently, as far as I'm aware, but,
These would be the last? Okay.
All right.
Robert, this is only tangentially related, but we had discussed changing the procedures at some point to make it so that we don't have to annex things in and then in a subsequent step rezone them.
Correct.
Can you real quick tell us, this is not really part of the public hearing, I guess, but tell
yeah.
us where we're at on that process?
So, I took that, to the planning and zoning at the last meeting. They asked me to make some, adjustments to what I had submitted and prepare for, council an ordinance, and they'll review that ordinance. And then what that will allow to happen is if all of the requirements are met, these two parcels can be brought in, if they're under a certain acreage size, and a certain number of parcels can be done without having to go through the process of planning and zoning and then council. That can all be handled by staff in the office. It'll still be recorded, everything else will still be the same. It'll just take out that month and a half, 2-month process of time.
All right, thank you, sir. Does anybody else have any questions? I think we're good. Any public comment on that?
Thank you.
All right. At this time, with no more discussion, the public hearing for voluntary annexation petition from James Hardy Building Products is closed. I call the regular council meeting of May 22nd, 2023 to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilperson Fisher. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it's our last roll call. Councilperson Bradley. Councilperson Kemper. Councilperson Ginevra. Councilperson Becker.
Still here.
Councilperson Fisher. Councilperson Schaumburg. Still absent. Councilperson Winkleman. Councilperson Massa. Absent. All right. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, has the agenda been dated, posted, and signed? Yes. Thank you. Moving on to the minutes, I'll give you a few moments to look through those minutes, and then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the April 24th council meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes from April 24th.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Moving on to public comment. Amy Etzer? All right. Representative of St. Pius High School, firework extravaganza. Ma'am, you have the floor.
Hello, I'm just here on behalf of St. Pius X High School to request that we hold our annual St. Pius X fireworks extravaganza on June 29th, 2023.
All right. I believe you met with the chief this morning, or
Did.
last week, or whatever, and everything you have.
Kind of went over some extra safety precautions on how to prevent any future accidents. Basically, we're going to kind of block off that side of the road so that would prevent people from trying to cross that side, and then promote that it's on-site parking, which we have plenty of it, so.
Right. Okay.
Chief, do you think that's sufficient to address the safety concerns there?
All right. Does anybody have any questions for her?
Nope.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the St. Pius Fireworks High School extravaganza.
So moved.
I need we had both. We got a motion and, perfect. I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Excellent. We'll see you there. Mr. Becker, we got our check register and bills.
Yes.
Anything in
I
that?
wanted to point out that while our use tax is not quite what it was a month before, it is still coming in at a pretty healthy clip compared to what it was the first couple of months. And with that, I will make a motion to approve the financial report, including the check register and bills.
What is the use tax, Tony?
I believe it was 14,000 and something.
14,982, almost right at 15, and, just anything collected for the online purchases, so. All right. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Moving on to our committee reports. Mr. Turner's, they're in your packet. Again, with our, storm pickup, everything's going smooth on that. Mr. Turner, you have anything to add other than what's in your packet?
No, guys have been doing good, kinda got a couple weeks behind our regular schedule, so, everything's going well.
Yeah, the road repairs and everything are keeping up and getting back on it, so I appreciate it.
You know, I mentioned, I don't know, last week before about trap over by.
I told Gene about it, he's been catching skunks all over town.
Okay,
He's playing with stuff right now.
You guys made it up there yet?
We did talk about it last week, I don't know if he got one there, but.
Where at?
It would be
211 9th Street?
911 Taylor behind it there.
Okay.
He didn't get it, Daniel, he didn't get it, there's another one.
All right.
Those-
3 or 4 of them last week, he's been catching them everywhere.
It's the season for skunks right now. They're digging under porches like crazy, so, all right, well, thank you for that. Mr. Sullivan's packet is, or, information is in there as well. Again, all department heads are putting a lot more information in these, and, I appreciate that, keeping us informed is,
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
absolutely. Chief Helms, you have anything? All right. All right, and the fire calls and everything is in there, so, thank you for that. Council liaison reports. We have Councilperson Fisher for the library and school board.
I don't have anything new at this time.
Okay. Park is Ms. Schomburg, but, pool is going to open Memorial Day, I believe, and, it's up and going, and splash pad stuff. Park's looking real good right now, so they've done a good job on that, so. And then, P and Z, Mr. Becker.
Our, meeting for June should be June 8th, is that correct? Do you know what, right now, if we're gonna have anything on the agenda, or?
Just further discussion, like I mentioned earlier during the, public hearing,
Procedure changes?
development procedures. There's a couple other procedural items, but no one has currently submitted anything for that meeting.
Okay. I look forward to it. June 8th, 6:30 in this room.
Perfect, I'll be there. All right, zoning and appeals, Councilperson Ginevra.
I'm not aware of anything.
Thank you, sir. Levy Commission, Councilperson Kemfer.
I don't have it today.
All righty. Moving on to public response, let me put back in my packet. Does anyone have anything in the audience, or anything to discuss in the audience from our previous council meeting last month? None? All righty. Old business, we have none. New business, we have a liquor license renewal. I believe that is the last page of your packet, the recommendation. So, you can look through that, but, I'll entertain a motion to approve the liquor license for renewal for VFW Post 3777.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on those?
Are they just really on the ball this year? That seems kinda early.
No, Ashley was out, so there's more probably scheduling that she's out for 2 weeks.
I gotcha.
Well,
Paying pretty hard,
Okay.
so, she probably has some in.
Okay.
she has a couple. Our deadline, I looked at the same
June
thing.
30th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we have time and we'll have
Yeah.
several next month,
Okay.
so. All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Our city administration report. Jason, you have anything more to add on your report? You have that? Any questions for Jason from the council?
I guess the Culver's opening date is public information?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so it's July 10th, that's a scheduled opening date for Culver's, okay. All right.
Pending weather, I would assume that's pretty much right on. So, you know, how building goes, sometimes I get it, sometimes not, but that's,
They should be there.
they're moving right along on that building, so I look forward to it.
They're actually looking for some pictures, Jack, they want to have a over corner or something they call it, like history of Crystal City area, some pictures, I know, putting it up to
Yeah, either the Historical Society, or did you guys wind up with the Joe Pusateri photos?
Well, you can make the photos.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yeah, they can contact me if they want.
I got a few of them as well.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
All right, that moves on to the, mayor's report. Want to congratulate all the graduates of 2023. We had pretty good turnout at the high school. Mount Olive Church turned 100 years old this month, so, we went to a service, Crystal City, we gave them a proclamation. It was pretty good, so. And then, the boys track team at school, I know this is kind of heavy on school, but it's the end of the year. They, placed third in state, which is, pretty good for Crystal City, so, a win's a win there. And, that's pretty much it. Our crews are working. It's summertime. Kids will be out on the road. Keep vigilant, and, I'll have a mayor's memo going out in June before, it should go out about the same time we have another council, but that's pretty much it. So, round table, Mr. Winkleman? Mr. Fisher? Mr. Becker?
Mainly two things I wanted to call a little bit of attention to in the city administrator's report. Jason, it says this paving project is gonna start Tuesday, May 30th. Okay, so just be aware of that as you're planning your route around town. And, can I talk for a second about this charter class action settlement?
Yep.
So the city got a pretty sizable check, $118,000 that is being, that class action settlement, or it must not be a settlement, it must be a court decision, right? Okay. So that is being challenged in the Supreme Court, so we're putting that money on ice for 12 months, waiting to see what the ruling would be. But, that would be a welcome addition to the city's revenues, should that come to pass.
Absolutely.
That's it.
All right. Mr. Jammer?
I don't have anything.
Excellent. Mr. Kemfer?
The cemetery wall,
Yes, sir.
sorry about it.
I have a letter on my desk from, the owner of the property requesting a couple of things. I was going to discuss that in our work session coming up, but, we can meet and, discuss that.
And then, Mrs. Crosby asked me about Joe Madison's building.
We have sent letters to that, to him, I believe.
Which building?
The building right across from the elementary.
Yes, actually, we got a meeting there with the owner tomorrow.
Okay.
He got his grass mowed, we took care of that issue, but we have, meeting with the owner to discuss the building and other items on the property tomorrow.
Excellent. Perfect. Yes, sir. All right, well, nothing there. Treasurer Cherry, you have anything, sir?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. We are adjourned. That was quick. That makes up for next month.
Yeah.
I have a letter